my God!
Oh my God!
Yo, hey, that means the guy's toilet.
Molweni, guys. Molweni, guys. That was a shock to the system. Good morning, guys. Good morning. How are you guys? How are you, gentle brothers?
Yes, we all
Hey,
good.
Mama, how are you?
I'm excellent.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
Friday,
yeah.
which means I get to sleep tomorrow.
That's what you've been waiting for. It's just
I've
that
been waiting to sleep.
to sleep.
Ah.
Yeah. Welcome to it, everybody. This is Melville Streets, the 2.1 Breakfast Show, and welcome to it, guys. The Unconventional Breakfast Show is currently live.
Yeah,
We're live.
yeah.
Yes, man. It is the 15th of January. Please do not worry. It is 1 minute past 7. That means we're gonna start off the show with none other than the baby girl herself, Buttercup.
Yes, in your top of the news hours, from ENCA, it may be too soon to reopen schools, says Naptosa. ENCA still, who holds emergency meeting over virus variants? In BBC, Biden unveils $1.9 trillion US dollar economic relief package. In BBC, North Korea unveils new submarine launched missiles. Very interesting news. Everyone's just unveiling and bringing up copious amounts of money. It's a good time to be alive, eh?
Yeah.
All right, and on Silver Sports headlines, we look at 7 stars seek to raise funds and awareness for charity active impact with new partnership. And I'm looking over to soccer. SAPA pull out teams for Nedbank Cup. And then we look at cricket also. Butcher wants Khalees back in South African coaching set up. And then I'll give you more of the sports bulletin at the bottom of the hour.
And other news hosts do this, they go in depth with what they just read. So just to delve into our headlines, government schools are due to reopen on 27th January, but there are discussions underway already about whether it's safe to reopen in hotspot areas. On Friday morning, the Basic Education Minister, Angie, is expected to hold a briefing on the state of readiness for schools reopening. This comes after news that a marker at the Jeppe Boys Marking Center in Johannesburg died from COVID-19. Teachers Union Naptosa says they support the reopening of schools, but it may be too soon to go back yet. Let's go over to news from WHO. The World Health Organization's emergency committee met 2 weeks early on Thursday to discuss the urgent threat from rapidly spreading new coronavirus variants. Newly identified mutations of the virus, which appear to be significantly more infectious, come as spiking case numbers force many countries to enforce new restrictions. The committee normally gathers every 3 months, but the WHO brought the meeting forward to discuss the mutations. The first is the recent emergence of a new variant of the SARS-CoV-2 virus, and the second is the potential use of vaccination and testing certificates for international travel. Let's see what BBC has to say to us about Biden. President-elect Joe Biden has unveiled a $1.9 trillion stimulus plan for the coronavirus U.S. economy before he takes office next week. If passed by Congress, it would include $1 trillion for households with direct payment of $1,400 to all Americans. The relief proposal includes $415 billion. Just says, guys, these numbers are extraordinarily US dollars to fight the virus for small businesses. Mr. Biden, a Democrat, has promised to beat the pandemic that has killed more than 300,000 people in USA. He campaigned last year, vowing to do a better job handling the virus than President Donald Trump, a Republican. Mr. Biden's proposals comes as a winter surge of the coronavirus breaks records. Let's see what Kim Jong-un is saying. North Korea has unveiled a new type of submarine-launched ballistic missile, described by state media as the world's most powerful weapon. Several of the missiles were displayed at a parade overseen by leader Kim Jong-un, reported state media. The show of military strength comes days before the inauguration of Joe Biden as U.S. president. It also follows a rare political meeting where Mr. Kim decreed the U.S. as his country's biggest enemy. Images released by North Korean state media showed at least 4 large black and white missiles being driven past flag-waving crowds. Analysts noted it was a previously unseen weapon. New Year. That's all we got.
Wait. No, we can't. No such thing. We can't just pass that one out. Eh? What happened there?
The sentence was supposed to read. Analysts noted it was a previously unseen weapon. And then there's a quote, New Year, New Puk Guk song. What is the Puk Guk song?
So it's like a Korean.
It's a Korean song and I wasn't about to engage. It was a quote from a tweet. Tweeted North Korea expert Anik Panda. Panda. Using the North Korean name of the submarine-launched ballistic missiles, SLBMs. Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to each and every single one of you guys that just joined us, and welcome to it. Thank you very much, by the way, Buttercup, with the unconventional news. She's going to be back right again at 7:30 to give you the news headlines. Shout out, by the way, to my tech team, tech lady, and Mike Larry.
The man with the dreadlocks.
Yeah, Mike Larry. Shout out also to Silver HSE, the guy with the NSG, who's going to be giving you sports news. And shout out to you right now, who currently joined us. I got a comment also from Simpios like, hey, top of the morning, team. New Year! Yes, everywhere.
Compliments.
Good morning, buddy.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. Morning, too.
Simply even yesterday was
Compliments.
the first one actually to comment.
Yeah.
Away.
Simply, can I ask you, did you take out the earwax? But the first thing that you must do is that you must take out the earwax before you take out the eyewax.
I don't work here.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for
I'm joking, guys. That was very dry. It was as dry as the earwax and the eye wax. Also, it's just very dry. That's what it was. By the way, shout out to each and every single one of you guys that just joined us right now, and welcome to it. This is I Love Melville Live. It is exactly 7:07 right now, Central African time. We are currently live all the way in Melville, Johannesburg, and we're going to be having a fantastic Friday. Today is a Flip Friday.
Flip Fridays, buddy.
Flip this thing, eh?
Friday.
It's flip this thing, eh? We're going to be. Is that what you're doing? Is that when you flip
I
things?
just flipped it.
You just flip it. So whatever you want to do, just
flip it.
flip it.
Flip it, but don't break it.
Yeah, just flip it around. Just flip it around.
Just be a little bit.
All right, guys. So we're going to be having an interesting topic that we're going to be talking about today, guys. Do not forget that we've got a Flip Fridays topics. So in the first hour, we're going to be talking about hip hop, the culture of hip hop. Do you think that hip hop has lost its origins?
Can we still
Like,
call it
can
hip-hop?
we even still call it hip hop? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
and when we refer to hip hop, we're talking about NWA going all the way to Shady, going all the way to JJ, Gigamano. Like, did hip hop lose its culture, guys? Do you guys think that hip hop has lost its culture?
Absolutely.
And also, like, what is your take on it? Do you think if hip hop is evolving rather than losing its culture? Or do you think, like, you know what, like, it's just bubblegum rappers nowadays?
Very vital questions.
The
wanna find out
last
from you.
statement.
Because we're going to hit a lot of we're gonna hit a lot of you and your favorite rappers today.
Yeah,
this
today
week.
it is.
No, we're going
Yeah,
to be
so
easy.
leave
Yeah,
your
today,
ego
yeah,
and your
no.
pride.
Yeah,
Come
today I'm
be
expecting
objective,
to
not subjective.
I'm expecting people to be sending through messages and be like, yo, man,
Yo,
man, they ain't cool, man.
you
That's
be
not,
talking about me as if I'm here.
you
Catch
know
you
what I mean?
outside.
Like, man,
Yeah.
don't be out there be talking like that about us, man. Like, hip hop is evolving, man. You know what I'm saying?
Pass the
No, I'm saying,
line.
man. Like, shame. So we want to find out, guys. Do you guys think that hip hop has lost its origins? Please do send in your comments. If you are a hip hop fan, if you are not a hip hop fan, and you've been listening to hip hop also,
What do you think?
what do you think about it?
Yeah.
Because one thing I can tell you is that Kwaito is not Kwaito anymore. Kwaito is Amapiano. Kwaito is just getting infused by a lot of things.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
a Friday,
yeah,
guys. You know
yeah,
what it is
yeah,
on a Friday. It's
It's
all about fun. You know what I mean? So, but now we want to talk about that part in our first part. And then the second part, we're going to be talking about open relationships.
Yeah.
We want to find out for you, are you for it or are you against open relationships? And have you been there? You know what I mean? Have you been in an open relationship before? So make sure that you engage, man. For all of you guys who are currently watching right now, send in your comments, man. Say hi, guys. I am currently doing A, B, and C.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean?
I'm
Yeah,
breastfeeding, guys. I just got out my bed, guys. I'm going to submit my stuff at UJ this morning, guys. Tell us what's happening.
Yeah, man. Please do tell us what's happening. By the way, can I ask you something? Breast milk, can it get sour?
Yeah, it can.
Does it expire?
Yeah, it can. It
After
does.
how long?
I don't know.
So it doesn't really have a expiry date.
No,
it just gets. I
think a couple of hours. A couple of hours out the body and not in a fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can go off. It won't be good.
But when it's inside,
but then does it taste like your?
but I'm asking you guys.
When it's inside, it doesn't just. When it's inside,
it doesn't get
comes
sour.
out, and when it doesn't get
when
sour.
When it's inside, it comes out.
Shut your mouth. Obviously, I made a mistake. But when it's inside, it can't. It can't.
Yeah.
When it's inside, it can't. Also, there's this thing where your body like releases when the child. There's like some high-grade science that happens between a mother and a child.
Yeah.
When a child cries and the mother's like not around, they're just saying "Wanoko high, me oko home affairs." This is a lived experience. You're standing there at the till trying to find out what's going on, and then you start leaking, and then the white man across the till says, "Find your baby." And I'm like, "My baby, that happened to me." He was just like, "Find your baby." And then I looked down and I didn't have any.
Yeah.
And he was outside with my sister because I didn't want him in there. It was so hot and he was so agitated. I was like, "You'll bring him in when we have to do like things." And then he was just like, "Go fetch your baby because something's happening." And it's a weird feeling. It's like they swell up and then your veins pop up. And then if there's no baby, they just like, they're going to release either way. And then it just goes, and then you see this wet spot just get big on you. Why are we talking about this?
You started it.
Yeah, man, it is a Friday, man. I'm with my fantastic team, man. We are going to be having fun, man. Make sure that you send through all your comments. Right now, though, guys, I want to motivate you guys. I want to get you started. Guys, time is of huge commodity, right? And it should never be wasted. Never be wasted.
Never.
So today's motivation mapping is around time, guys. It's around time, and it's about whether or not you waste time.
Don't waste time. Don't waste time.
Also, if you waste time, you must go out.
All right.
That's what we used to play.
If for 10 years, if you didn't avoid doing what you knew you needed to do, what would you be like? What would happen if you just stopped wasting the opportunities that are in front of you? You'd be who knows how much more efficient. 10 times more efficient. 20 times more efficient. You have no idea how efficient people get. It's completely off the charts.
I need you to confront you. I need you to confront you because you're the one holding you up. I need you to confront you. I need you to look in the mirror and tell you, you are not going to do me like this no more. You're not going to keep procrastinating. You're not going to keep thinking like that. I need you. You're not. You're not going to continue to sabotage me. You're not. I get frustrated with humans when somebody's late and they upset. I get frustrated with humans when somebody borrows money for you and you don't pay it back and you upset. I get upset with humans when you go out to eat and they don't bring your food out the way you want your food out and you are so upset and you let them have it, but then you disappoint you when you don't let you have it. You give you a pass. You give you a pass. You are not where you're supposed to be financially and you gave yourself a pass. You know you better than that. You know you should be further in life, but you keep letting you slide. It's time you punish you. You need to tell you no more TV, no more snacks, no more desserts, no, we working out now. No more alcohol, not right now. No, I can't handle it right now. You need to tell you that you owe you something. Hold you accountable and don't let you off the hook. I want you to challenge you this year to do something you've never done before, to have something you've never had before.
Any goal that you want to achieve that's worthwhile in your life, require all-in effort. Every moment, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every fucking year, for as long as it fucking takes for you to get where you're going, you should be consumed with that path. What you do at night matters. What you do in the morning matters. What you do when your friends are out drinking matters. What you do on Saturday matters. What you do on Sunday matters. The success clock doesn't give a fuck what day it is. It's gonna run no matter what. And you guys pretend like you can work 7, 8, 10 hours a day and then spend the rest of your time fucking off, and you think you're gonna be somewhere, and you're not. You have to dedicate every fucking breath, every fucking ounce of energy, and every fucking thought and effort that you possibly have in your heart to becoming what it is you want to be. Because nothing great comes from a position of comfort. Everything worthwhile, everything that is great comes from being in a position of uncomfortable. Nothing worthwhile is easy to get. Everything's going to make you uncomfortable. Get fucking used to it. And if you can get used to being uncomfortable, your fucking limits are non-existent.
Yo, there was a Mutlakats, it went off and on. Yo. Electricity. It was electricity from the internet. Internet electricity. Wow, that was a great motivation muffin, by the way, guys. Do not waste time.
You know what, Netato? With this clip, I feel like it's okay. Yeah, I feel like it's talking to me.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of what I'm doing now. You know, it's just reminding me also, Doggy, you know, put in the time. You know, nothing's gonna come easy. You know, like so far it's been a great year, even though it's still the first month.
Yeah.
It's still the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, but so far it's going great. Why? Because of I had to put the hard time, the hard work.
Yeah.
I had to take time away from my comfortableness, if I can say that. You understand? The problem is last year I got too comfortable with being comfortable. You understand? Once you become comfortable, you waste time.
Yeah.
Complacency.
You understand?
Yeah.
You waste time, and then once time has passed, you start blaming other people. You start looking for excuses.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So since I've started here, I'm not a person that wakes up early, but I make sure I wake up every morning 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I make sure I wake up and go through my stuff.
Yeah, man.
Because of now, I want to get somewhere. I've got an opportunity to do something and I have to use it.
Look at this muffin. Look at this muffin. My friend is such an inspiration. But I feel you and I talk about this all the time. Like we not same struggle, but we come from, we've been in that same dark, stagnant space where you don't know.
You don't know.
You're just like, what's actually going to happen with me like in the next couple of years? Maybe I should have studied accounting. Maybe I should have, and you start like,
you start kind of doubting yourself and stuff like that. You see, that's another thing. You must stop doubting yourself. You know, like, you know the comments that we always get after my news?
Yeah.
Silver reads like, hey, you understand?
Yeah.
This is something that I actually step into. And I'm willing to take the challenge. This is a challenge and it motivates me every day that I need to keep on going. I need to keep on going. I need to keep on elevating.
Silver.
What's up, Mama?
Hey, today Leonard
Silver. Let's do the lockdown. Silver.
I'm so proud of you.
He's in the depth.
Like we said this yesterday. If you were snoozing during 2020, you didn't learn anything. There's no way 2021 you're gonna prosper. I'm looking at reaching at a certain level.
Yeah.
You know, I want to live 2021 with something.
A breakthrough.
You understand? A breakthrough, you know, and say no. While people were crying, I was able to actually reach this landmark. You know, you need to set a goal. When you wake up in the morning, know what you're doing. Know what you want to do. You know, use what you have. You understand? Because most of the time we use this excuse. No, I didn't have this. I didn't have this. if you have a friend that doesn't challenge you in life, find another friend.
Yes. I think if you leave with any information from today's show, it's that.
Yeah,
if
that's
your
the biggest
social circle, if your friends are not pushing you, if your friends are not sending you links to stuff that is related to something that can pagamisa you, if your friends, it's not their responsibility.
It is not.
But if they aren't doing it, that is of concern.
Yeah.
And you need
it's your responsibility to fix it.
Yeah, bo. Yebo. 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 I feel you, my brother.
All right, man.
I feel you.
That was a fantastic one, guys. By the way, that was Motivation Muffin that we were talking about right now. Now we move.
Moving right along.
Right, guys. So
we are moving.
We are talking about something very interesting, guys, in our topic for Flip Fridays today. We are talking about hip hop, guys. We're talking about whether hip hop lost its origins. Now, let's start the conversation.
Yeah.
Let us start the conversation.
Let's get into it.
Hip hop.
Hip hop.
Okay, we're starting.
I
feel like we need to start the conversation because we don't have jingles.
Dancing.
So this is the jingle we're doing. We're very
with the jingles.
we are very we're an efficient group.
We're an efficient group. Yeah.
You understand?
It's like we don't have jingles, we do jingles ourselves. Basically, this is what's gonna happen, guys. We're gonna have a chat right now with you guys. I need you guys to actually send in your comments. And don't forget this is Live. You tuned in to Melville Street 2.1, the breakfast show. If you just joined us, we are currently live all the way in Johannesburg in Melville. So we're gonna have a chat right now about hip hop, guys, and the origins of hip hop and whether it lost its origins. So let's start at the where hip hop started.
If I'm not mistaken, hip hop started
This accent, my
on
God.
the island
Yeah, of what? Island of what?
of New York. Started in
I
the
like-
Bronx
I
or
like-
somewhere there in the ghettos of
I like how you're
New
putting it. I like it's like it started in an island.
Yeah.
And then when you said island, the first thing that came out of my mind, I'm like, please do not say Jamaica, please do not say Jamaica.
But in the world, there are so many islands, guys.
Yeah,
Jamaica's not.
there's a lot.
Yeah, but I think it started there, man, in America, in New York. More go the Bronx singing or go kai.
Yeah.
Homies at the corner. It was very boom bap. It was battle rap. So there was as is right now, there's still that ego thing, like I'm a dope MC, you a butt MC, my crew. And the beatbox was a very it played a huge part in like the rhythm aspect of it. And then it was accompanied by graffiti also. And then it broke off into dance. So there were homies like breakdancing, doing the shandises. And then it expanded throughout the America. And then as it expanded, it then got its own flavor from where it was. So West Coast was different from East Coast. But everybody, and then there was all those wars and the violence. But hip hop is those were its origins. Who were the first hip hop people? I don't know. But
I'll tell you about that.
So, Africa,
you know DJ Kool Hawk.
Yeah.
So people like DJ Kool Hawk, and by the way, DJ Kool Hawk, for those who didn't know, he was a Jamaican guy. By the way.
Yeah.
Right. And then they established like the culture in 1973.
He's got facts.
Yeah. They established it in 1973. And when they did establish the hip hop culture, it was basically an evolution of poets. Basically, so it was poetry being mixed with a little bit of like jazz at the time when they actually started establishing it, because at the time jazz was like the black man's culture. You know what I mean? So it was like, okay, now we need to actually voice it in a different way, right? We need to voice poetry right now in terms of mixing poetry with what you call this, like some upbeat. So it was something that actually started, guys, in New York. You're right? And it was among African Americans, Caribbeans, and Latinos also, with the people who basically loved the hip hop culture, right? So a lot of people also do not know that it was actually marginalized backgrounds also and low income areas that actually liked hip hop, because it was for the poor culture.
Yeah,
when it was started, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so out of that, it evolved.
And then MTV got a whiff of it. Then when MTV got a whiff of it, white kids got a hold of hip hop. And then that's when hip hop started becoming like an actual career. Yeah. Like you could make money off of this. It wasn't just for street cred. It was an actual career. Who ran DMC on MTV shows, making hip hop look fly. And you know, anything that white people get a whiff of usually like gets a lot of money, and that's what's
So I think one of the things that people probably maybe also like flip it also in terms of hip hop and rap, right? Because rap is basically was given birth by hip hop. So it wasn't rap first, then hip hop. It was hip hop, then rap.
Yeah.
But a lot of people actually mistaken that and think that rap is the origins of hip hop.
I've heard MCs say that, and I'm just like, I don't know, son.
But I also heard them even on some interview on YouTube, interviewing Pastor Rams. He was actually talking about how he does his flow and stuff like that, and then he said the very same thing also, saying that it was rap before and then the hip hop came after. You understand? And he was also talking about what we're actually talking about right now, in terms of how hip hop changed and stuff like that. And then he went and spoke and talked about how back then the respect used to be there for hip hop, and then now it's just folk.
Yeah,
you understand?
Because I think maybe the thing that people also mistaken in terms of that, and by the way, for those who are listening right now, when we say that hip hop started first, we are referring to basically the basis of
rhythm and rhyme.
You know what I mean? MCing was always there. There was the poets.
The poets.
They started first, but they didn't have. It didn't have the substance of saying that it
didn't have rhythm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now with the hip hop, it started off from the sound being made out of what people used to basically like talking about, but they didn't make it into like the emceeing, the rap part of emceeing, because rap is the emceeing part.
Yeah.
So then when that came through, it was like, okay, since there's this tune that we are trying to get out of this culture, how about we actually brought out something different also in it, so that we're gonna move away from poetry and now have rap.
I hear you.
Does that make sense?
I think hip hop's evolution has across, like throughout its timeline, hip hop's evolution has almost, it's put hip hop itself in danger.
Yeah.
Because I say that because when I think about hip hop, names that come to mind are Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, all those guys, and I listen to hip hop or what they say is hip hop today, and I cannot find a link. I cannot say, this is from, I kind of see, with the exception to people like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, there are those who are still rapping the old style. But now, guys, I don't know if we're still listening to the same shandies. I don't know if we can still call it that because we are not listening to the same shandies.
So that's the topic that we are basically talking about right now, guys. We're talking about whether hip hop has lost its origins. I know that the guys also at High Tech Boulevard will be like, "What are these cats doing talking about hip hop right now? Like, that's not your guys' forte. That's what we do. What are you doing?
We're giving you content."
No, it's just a
relevant story. Prove us wrong.
All right, guys. So let's move on right now, guys. It is alabmarvel.live, and it is exactly 7:28 right now. And we are currently live all the way in Johannesburg, Central African time. If you just joined us, please send in your comments and tell us what you're up to right now. So make sure that you also go to our YouTube page and you subscribe onto our YouTube page. It is I Love Marvel Space Live. That is I Love Marvel Space Live. And then you can basically subscribe, engage with us also, so that you can get like a better opportunity also to win competitions that we're going to be introducing soon. So make sure that you get yourself into that book. So right now, though, guys, it is time for us to go for a quick ad. It is time for Frank. Where's the Frank? I've missed Frank.
Frankie. When's the last time
Did you
I
miss
saw
Frank?
Frankie? Too much, but I love his song.
Frankie.
I love his song.
Yeah, I missed Frank.
I miss Frank also.
I miss Frank. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go to Frank. Frankie.
That's Frank's song. We'll sing anything.
Frankie,
if
Frankie,
you give us
Frankie.
5 rand.
It is exactly 7:30 right now. I just want to read a quick comment coming in from Sansa. We were talking about the origins of hip hop. So it's like, we have so many rappers, but a few. Matter why? Take lead. Why? Who was it then? Hukum.
We have so many rappers and so few what? What is it that is few that we have, man?
Anyway, we have so many rappers, but a few hip hop artists. Sticky Fingers. Why dedicate?
Yes, Sticky Fingers.
Yes. Why dedicate the song to hip hop fanatics out there? Shout out to the guys in the studio. Nia Roca. Shout out to you, Sansa. Shout out to you. And then we have another comment also coming from Nombus. Hey, Nombus, welcome back. Girl.
Hey, Sugar.
Sugar Pum Pum. Sugar Foot Foots.
DJ playing
Yeah, boy. She's like, music evolves. Actually, everything evolves. So I think she's got something there. That means hip hop is going through an evolution in itself also. Obviously that's why we'll end up having trap, like, you know, the songs that we hear these days.
When Nombuso, I hear you. Everything evolves, you know. But then in hip hop, do you think hip hop lost its culture? Like, I still want to understand. It can evolve, but then it's all about. I have evolved myself, but I haven't lost my culture.
Yeah.
Like, there are parts of it that we can still identify with the silver that we knew a couple of years
You
ago.
understand? You understand?
Yeah.
So that's what I want to know from Nombuso. Like, why do you think? You think that Velore, hip hop did lose its culture? Whether you listen to it, but then, whether you listen to it or not.
Yeah.
Because hip hop is everywhere, actually.
And
like,
it influenced
you can tell the
everything.
difference between 1992 hip hop and hip hop now. You can tell the difference, you know.
Yeah, because of the evolution.
Because of the evolution, you understand? But
yeah.
then you can pick up those things. Man.
When are you not doing hip hop? When are you just doing something else?
Yeah, you're just telling us a story.
Yeah, so
What's your money?
Those trap
Hip-hop,
guys.
pop.
Those trap guys. Sorry, I'm gonna come out and be honest. And if you come for me, you might get lost doing it. I don't think trap should still be called hip hop. I think it's
its own genre.
I think it's a break off. I think it's a subgenre. I think it's very influenced by that. But hip hop is influenced by jazz, but we're not out here calling hip hop jazz. You know? I take offense. I don't know how to rap, but a lot of who I am is influenced by what hip hop was back then. So when I see people like Cardi B's husband going on stage and people referring to them as hip hop artists, I'm just like, rap is not pop. If you call it that, then stop. And that's from the diabetic rapper himself, Five Dog. We're coming with these quotes today from the real hip hop. But yeah, it does evolve, and we can't stop its evolution. It's going to affect everything. But is it the same still? No. Who are these people that are on my screen? Eh? Who are these Caucasian children on my screen?
Okay, guys, can we just go to Silver Sports, please?
Okay, let's get into Silver Sports, guys. We're gonna have unconventional Silver Sports today. Actually, I would like to have a small conversation with my people in here. Actually, looking at my headlines that I just mentioned from the top of the hour. Let's get into Safa pulling out teams from the Nedbank.
Yeah, like their pull-out game is good.
Dude.
Yeah, let's talk about them pulling out members from the stuff.
So for the first time in South African history, football history, right? Nedbank, it's gonna pull out the underdogs from the champions, from the cup, actually. So I don't know. So it's your major clubs that made it to your Nedbank camp, like your Chiefs, your Pirates.
Why are you even putting Chiefs as a
because he
major
didn't
club?
tell us
Like, I don't
yesterday
even
that Chiefs
understand.
won and
Why?
The thing is, it made it.
Why are you saying it's a major club?
Why? Because they
It
said
is a major
it's
club.
part of the headlines.
No, it's not a major club.
It's part of the headlines.
It's a major
my friend.
club.
Hey, you are losers.
Come on.
in a major way.
That's right.
We are
You
major.
right.
We are major
You are
losers.
major losers. Yeah. Yes. I agree fully with you. Yeah.
Chiefs sponsor me.
By calling them major losers.
No, Chiefs. When you listen to this, you'll get what I was saying.
Yeah. They must play for Major League.
Your normal teams,
Yeah.
Morocco's Mamelodi Sundowns, Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, and then the rest of other 32 opponents, right? It's one of the conversation that I'm going to continue with on my social page. So your small teams, because of now the pandemic regulation terms, as your small sports or your underdog sports they were cancelled. The only professional soccer is actually
So Vodacom League is cancelled.
It's cancelled. So those teams, that's why they couldn't make it to the Netball Cup. Even Netball Cup actually spoke to the PSN, apologized and said, you know what, guys, because of the regulations, so it will only make sense if we don't have the underdogs. It doesn't make sense because they haven't been really training or having games or whatever, So it's understandable from my side.
Yeah.
But then I feel like Chiefs should be part of those teams that are not included, actually.
What else did you want to tell us?
You know what, guys? Can I just say something? I need to say this. Like today, Tech Ladies on her game, eh?
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if maybe she got it all this morning. She got it all today.
She got it all the whole way.
Hey, she's on the ball today. She's making me proud. Right? I'm proud of you.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever it is that you're doing, carry on doing it. 7 days a week.
All right, let's move on to cricket.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Looking at the Johannesburg, right? The South African head coach, Mark Butcher, said he wants Kelly's
Mark Butcher.
Boucher.
They may not pronounce this find someone about to hand.
Listen. If you were to listen to different TV stations, right? From different countries, right? They all say names in different ways.
Yeah, no, I know.
My mother always says there's no monster of
You are a
pronunciation.
douche.
Yeah, I was just being a douche. Like, that's all. Sorry,
There's no
man.
master of
So now,
pronunciation.
here's the thing. Mark Butcher, or Boucher,
Opucha.
or Butcher, once Kali's on his team, right? But the thing is, the guy is not around.
He wants Jacques Callis to join the coaching staff.
The coaching staff, yeah.
Ooh, that would be
wants
great.
To right? But thing is, he's working with England right now. For Sri Lanka as a betting coach or consultant. Yeah, for England.
Mara, you know Jacques Callis. Come back home, man.
Why do I remember that name, Jacques Callis?
Because of he was
that
one
good.
of our best
Legend, ne?
Yeah.
Inelikana kaya Ellen Donald.
Winner.
And then she says she knows nothing about sports.
I do know nothing about sports.
Yeah, that time, you know, there was that guy called Zulu Warrior. How much is Zulu Warrior?
From where, bro?
Yo.
Sorry, Silva. Carry on.
Yo.
So now, if you were watching yesterday's game between England and Sri Lanka, you would see actually the same thing, the mental beating that they got from South Africa. It's happening again, but now they're getting it from England. But now it's understandable why they're getting that beating, the mental beating, because they have a South African person in it.
We've infiltrated.
So big ups. Like, it shows how much talent do we have in South Africa. You understand? And now we're able to actually spill it to other people.
So on an international level, our cricket is pretty dope, ne?
It's very dope.
Not like our soccer.
No.
Our cricket and our rugby. Cricket and our rugby and our netball.
Yeah.
We're gonna be having netball news
tennis,
soon, guys.
Like,
oh my gosh.
Other sports actually doing good. Other sports actually doing good when it comes to national teams. But then now, looking to this story, right? I don't know. I still want to find out more how the Callis actually make it into the England team.
Stuff.
Yeah, because of now, what's this? Governor or co-country governor. You understand? The acting chief executive of cricket, South Africa, right? They spoke about not having white coaches in cricket. Right, but then Curtis was able to do it actually and get the job. But now this is an opportunity again for us black people. I would say that way. For us black people, we need to step up. You know how many players do we have in cricket that are actually black and doing very well?
I don't know. How many do we have?
We've got Ngidi. We've got Katlejo.
You can count in even the legend.
Makayantini.
He had some stuff to say, that one.
Bavuma is also doing relatively well. I don't know the others.
Is Makaya still playing?
No.
Not
the commentator.
Now he's a commentator.
He's a commentator now. He's that guy that stands there by the guys like, yeah, so today's cricket game, I think the guy's the wind, and I think it's the rain, and I think the grass.
And I think.
Yeah, because that's what cricket commentary is talking about. The rain, the grass, the wind, the pitch.
So what I'm saying, my point onto this thing when I was recounting about black players, as we need to be out there. We need to be out there more because of now. Here's a space.
But now, listen, guys. We are not going to do this to ourselves. If you are not good enough to play for the cricket team, so do you want to have a cricket team that's filled with black people, but fail?
No,
but that statement then
that's what I'm saying.
Makes it seem like black people don't know how to play cricket.
Because I win it.
Okay,
my man,
go deeper on it. Yeah.
I'm going deeper on it. Go skiing. I work a ball.
Yeah.
How many white players are playing football right now in South Africa?
No, I want you to keep to your cricket comment.
Yes, I'm trying to get into my cricket. I play cricket, baby girl, but I wasn't good enough. Just like my next person. The next person was Michael, who was better than me. Michael was better than me. If he's better than me, yes. Michael's better than me. You know what I mean? If Michael is better than Usimpiwe in cricket, we mustn't go choose because we are trying to make sure that we get the culture right. Let's put Usimpiwe in and put Michael on the side. And then we say to ourselves that we live in a rainbow nation.
Representation is key. Representation is a very important thing.
I understand that.
The fact that black boys grow up not seeing enough black faces on the cricket pitch doesn't motivate them.
But then that means that there's not that much of black boys that are basically playing cricket at that level. That's what I'm trying to say,
and
guys.
Why aren't black boys playing cricket?
Because
go to the root level.
I'm going to the root level.
Schools are not teaching. Schools are not
My
teaching.
school taught cricket.
Yeah, you went to a good school. I'm talking about Gorutamakoishinane, bro. They don't put cricket forward. They don't put rugby forward.
Yeah.
They just focus on
black
soccer.
Boys are handed a soccer ball and they told that this will save your future. And they
So
don't
then-
know that in that group of boys that are playing soccer, there's possibly a basketball player. There's possibly a cricket player. There's possibly a rugby player. You know,
but they're not exposed
these
to
affluent
this thing.
schools expose their students to rugby, tennis, cricket, all of these things,
hockey and
and
stuff
then
like that,
Lirata Dima Samwe Kotogoza only has soccer for the boys. So we
and
basically
netball,
we put these boys in their futures. Like, who knows? Probably Chabalala, if he had gone to a really good school, he probably would have found an interest in something else.
Or
And we
maybe
wouldn't have had
But Simphiwe Shabalala could have been a
we
cricket
wouldn't have
player.
had
You understand?
Nati
Maybe
playing soccer.
who
He
knows?
probably would. We just need more exposure, and to have that exposure, we need kids to know.
So
that
who are we blaming?
Representation.
Who
is
are we blaming?
the system. Obviously, the system
The
has holes
foundation.
in it. The foundation has holes in
So
it.
we're blaming our government.
The
system.
The
Who's our
foundation.
system?
The system is
Who's
the
our system?
schools also.
Then the schools are under who?
I hear where you go.
I'm
Ah,
not
who?
blaming the government. I'm tired of
Who?
people blaming the government like they can't do something about it.
That's what I'm saying. But you're saying you can't do something about it. Yes, you can do something about it. But at the end of the day, the school needs to get approvals from who? No,
I'm not blaming the government because
Who are they getting approval from?
we didn't get approval from the government, but we had teachers that were like, yo, there's actually a shortage of this thing. So after school, I'll stay longer and I'll teach the kids chess. And then once the school saw a lot of kids were playing chess and we're going to these tournaments and we're
There's something
kicking
called
butt,
SGP, ma'am.
then once that happens, we will go forward to the school and we'll propose that, can you actually fund this? Because we're seeing that students want to do it. There is an opening for it. It's like this thing of placing blame on other people. Like, when are you going to change it?
Okay, guys.
When are we
guys,
going to change it?
I understand your topic and I understand like your fight of it. There's something called SGB, which is the student governing body.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Those are the people that influence the activities that happen in school.
Okay.
So if the student governing bodies in Makasan, they are not basically bringing up this thing and sending out a petition saying that we want to introduce this thing, how do you think these people that approve this funding of
Yeah, but then the SGP also it gets conjugating.
The parents.
SGB is the parents.
No,
School governing body isn't just parents.
Who is
it's
there?
mainly the parents.
It's the parents, mama.
Le management, yes.
Yeah, the management, yeah, it's mainly
But it's mainly parents.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's the voice from the parents representing the school.
Okay.
Yes.
You understand? That's the issue. That's them actually. You understand? So, but then what I'm saying is, and then Kumakasana,
Yeah.
the SGP meetings, like, they're very rare.
That's what I'm referring to.
You understand?
So-
they're very rare in terms of
Because parents are
in terms of sitting down and brainstorming, you know, what the school needs or what could be new and stuff like. Because of in my school, ne, what you said, you had to lead the chess team, right?
Yeah.
I had to start up the basketball team in my school because
Yeah.
no one was doing it.
Mhm.
You understand? But because of now, I found another team, Yakukasi.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it.
What was the process that you went through to get it in your school? Like, what was the process that you had to go through? Not
Like
the process, I think.
I had to do a petition
Exactly.
with Banaba School.
Okay.
I went to Banaba School. Okay,
So you're
who would
putting
like
the
to play
power, you're putting the
basketball?
power in the
You understand?
students' hands. You're not
Like,
waiting.
no, I would like to say, okay, I'm copying a breaky, and then I had a lot of people actually.
That's the
you know,
petition,
and
yeah.
then even after I left the school, basketball team was still there.
So, with what Kabelo's saying right now is that we shouldn't put the blame on the government. We should basically do it ourselves and get the petitions out to the government, right? In order to have these specific sports, so that we can have more people of color in other sports also.
Yeah. Thing
If
is,
I'm getting that one right.
We need to take things into our own hands because the government is busy.
we
eating
need
our
to do
money.
something about it, man. Like question is, what did you do about it?
How did you do about
You know,
it?
even cricket, like I played cricket Kusowetu,
Oh.
right? School Savona didn't have cricket, but then one of our teachers was a player on Azala team one, and then during class, he's like, no, it's the same because he was our maths teacher, right? So he was making an example, game. You
Yeah.
understand? It's like, no, when I play cricket, like, who cricket in Rona, so, and then some of the students come to class and they got interested immediately.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, how? Say, very play cricket. Where?
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, Kausani if yeah.
Like,
And
yeah.
then we'll go
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
And then from there we went there. You understand? And then as soon as we got there, you could see like, there's very less people, black people that know about actually cricket. But Sheba ground it's big, but then it has no one in it because of nobody's interested. Because no one.
Okay, guys.
Yep.
Can I just go back to the front of this whole cricket situation and why I'm gonna say it, I am blaming my government for the lack of that.
Why?
The schools, the stadiums are thing. People are
Yeah.
and it's just soccer poles. If you're gonna start cricket, do you understand playing cricket in gravel? Don't play around with kids, guys.
Will
Don't
my
play around
friend
with
do it?
kids.
Will my friend do it?
No, so
here in
why should we go through that process of saying that we should play cricket even kopuktum? Because it's not the same thing as like how we would play soccer kopuktum. Do you understand? Like playing cricket kopuktum, it's gonna cause like a whole lot of havoc.
You need to start somewhere because right now I'm hearing a lot of like
They've made
How?
it work. You know, like
Dude, there's
because
so
of
many-
hand skate. I'm sorry, Mama.
Yeah.
Hand skate,
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
team I
yeah.
joined, like it wasn't like not a lot of people played cricket, but then as soon as we start going to other matches, to other grounds, that's when I start seeing, okay, it's very little. And what you're saying, actually, you understand what you're saying about how do you expect people to play?
How are you gonna bowl
The
on the
infrastructure.
gravel,
Now,
guys?
this-
Come on,
now,
guys.
Like, as I'm explaining this, they made it work. Obviously, more pitching million things. They made it work.
Did you play cricket?
Yeah, I played cricket.
So you understand what
I
I'm talking
understand
about?
what you're talking about. I know.
And
You
he-
know when you pitch,
bowl,
But
when you
he's
bowl, and
telling
you're gonna
you-
put on the thing. Exactly.
Direction.
So now you're not
But
playing.
he's telling you about an incident, an incident where there was a challenge and people rose to that challenge without the infrastructure,
We didn't
Thato,
have
and
those
then
type
they
of
played the
problems.
sport. Because you
How?
can complain.
Because I can tell you how to explain it, but then you know how the pitch is, right? And then exactly where you bowl, right? How smooth the place
It
is.
has to be
That strip
grabbed.
of land
Yes,
there.
it has to be grabbed in. Yes.
They did it.
Yeah.
Only for that point, once everything for bowling,
Yeah.
everything. The problem was after hitting the ball, high bounce, someone was on catch, and then sharply. What you saying? Then
It's dangerous, guys.
It is dangerous, Yona. You understand? But then they made it work because why? They wanted to play the sport.
Yeah. The
They
same.
did something about it. They didn't blame the government. they did something about it. That's all we need to do. We need to do something about it and stop blaming.
Yeah, because the government is not going to do anything for
He's
me
not gonna do
or
anything,
you.
the
They're
government.
busy
He will
eating
say-
our money.
He will tell you that, okay, no, we made budget for sports and recreationals. But then nothing's happening.
Yeah.
But who did something about it? Nobody did something about it.
Here's
The same way schools don't have the ground for soccer.
Yes.
Mole with his, and then the Paulo one is just 2 bricks. That's people working without any infrastructure.
So here's a comment also. Bring in your comments also, man. It's a very heated topic, man, regarding sports and stuff like that. The question is, do kids in the hood want to play cricket? It's usually the minority of the kids that are exposed to cricket. In my hood, we have kids that play baseball.
Yeah, this is why I made the statement about representation being key. If black kids in the hood saw boys that look like them and came from the backgrounds that they came from, they'd find themselves being interested in it or wanting to just but we've set black kids up to where we think we've set the roof for them. And when they play soccer and they become really good, they've touched the ceiling and they feel like they can't break it. And for those who aren't good at soccer, the ceiling is just so high, they don't feel like they can get it.
Yeah,
Like schools, parents, children, teachers need to introduce people and themselves to more like
Multi-activities also.
everything, different languages, different like agriculture is also a big thing that's coming up now in the schools I'm seeing, especially locationing. Like they'll have like a piece of land where students will do an agriculture assignment and then the food goes to the community. These things, like at my mom's school, these things weren't introduced by the school. This is just the community and them saying we have this big space, Koskela. There's let's see what can happen over there.
That space, yeah. You know what, guys? Like this is kind of cool, man. Like we're having this nice topic basically, guys, and we're trying to open up to it. And for everyone that's currently listening right now, send in your comments on it. It is exactly 7:51 right now. Sfiso just said right now, you need to make the most of the situation. With what you call this, Kabelo is also saying, it's either soccer or bust. You know, Biggie Small said it's either you sling rock or you have a good jump shot, and that's been the narrative of the black society in America also. Where in America, if you guys could see and notice also in America, there a black man in America, there's like certain steps. It's either basketball player, NFL player, or hip hop. That's basically the bars that's been set there, you know. And then when Obama came into flight as the president, it changed a little bit of a narrative also for some of, and that's what you are referring to also, right? It changed the narrative also in some of the black kids in the hood saying that, you know, I can be the next president of America. So I don't have to be a guy that's good in basketball. I don't have to run fast. I don't have to be a good rapper, but I can look at that kind of activity also, you know, in terms of debate and stuff like that. So that's basically the narrative that we have. Nombuso also comes through with a comment and says, I was once in a school in the hood, no hockey, no chess, and more. People don't know all that exists. They don't know that it exists.
Representation.
So now, regarding the fact that they don't know that it exists, is it because they don't watch media things, like maybe they don't watch Super Sport, because they watch these things and they can see it, that Zain's Agala Nombuso. Is it because they don't watch those things, or is it because the fact that when you watch it, there's no black person playing that specific sport, or there's no black person? You get what I'm saying? Is that representation you're referring to? Because you look at like, for instance, with cricket. I'll be honest with you, because of the fact that I've been an all-rounder, I'm an athlete. Basically, I did like what you call this 800 meters. I did 800 meters. I played cricket. I did high jump. I just like sports, right? Yes, I was fortunate, guys, to go to a Model C school, which we call Model C schools. Like I went to Primrose Primary. That's where I started.
I wouldn't say you were fortunate.
Like, how can I say it? Like, I get it. Like, because if
you've been taking a step, like.
No, but I get us in like enrolled.
Yeah, he was exposed.
You
we
know
were
what I mean?
exposed to things as a kid.
But
the thing is, there are still kids back in Uncle Model C, but still not doing such things. And they are exposed to it.
Yeah.
He liked it. He took a step.
Yeah, because I was interested in it.
It had to be there though for him to experience it and to find himself in it.
Because I could have been interested in it, right? but ayoko skolong. Where am I gonna basically do it? And I'm gonna have to explain it to Kuma cheating. You know what I mean? Because like seriously, like with cricket. And that's what happened. And seriously. And that's what happens. That's the narrative that happens in the hood also. You know what I mean? So that's something that we've basically been like you're 110% right with what she said, referring to is that in representation, soccer has always been a black man's sport.
Yeah.
Rugby has always been
a white
Afrikaans man's sport.
Exactly my point. You know what I mean? And now you look at it in a different way. You have like Usia Kulisi, for instance.
Sure.
Who's like, okay.
Oh, let's go to a break. I can't
She's having a calm moment.
Yo.
These adverts need to come off the air though, because they're so whack. But that man, I will drink his bath water anytime.
No.
Siema Kolisi.
Yo, I just mentioned that guy's name. Her libido just went skyrocket.
What's happening with my libido now?
I don't know. I've been
I
talking about
didn't
it
even do
today.
the
a lot.
news highlights. What's
Since we
going
got here,
on?
I've been talking about libido. Eh? Like, guys, I don't know. Eh? I've been.
Flip Friday.
Yeah. No, man. So basically, in terms of that, let's close it down, right, guys? By the way, this is I Love Melville.live, and this is Melville Street's 2.1 breakfast show with your boy Thato Malendi, none other than and
Silver HSC, the guy with the energy.
Energy.
okay, man, say it with your chest again, man.
And Silver HSC, the guy with the energy.
No, again.
This guy's evil.
That's so good.
All right, man. So
So good.
basically, the narrative in terms of that, guys, was that you find people like Sia Kodisi, for instance, like when he even mentions his story, right? So he's a guy that grew up like in Cape Town, Nekukulet or something like that,
Yeah.
and they had like where what's the place? Then tell us what's the place then? Where? How? There's Umuntu.
Grew up in Sweden, yeah, Eastern Cape, Sweden. I know
All
people
right.
in
Okay,
Sweden.
cool. Thank you for correcting us.
We need people like you here.
That's my father, guys.
Yeah.
Fact
Yeah.
My
checker.
haircut. My mama to say haircut. Don't pay the page. The page is on.
Hey, my homie
Yeah.
got a fresh.
Yeah. Ah! Achoo! So anyway, yeah. So he's from Eastern Cape in Sweden, eh?
Yeah.
And in Eastern Cape, guys, the family members around in the villages around there, they've basically been giving that representation to their kids or playing rugby. So playing rugby in Eastern Cape, it's not a
It's a non-thing.
it's not a a
Black
taboo
folks
thing.
do it.
You know what I mean? Makayantin, when he started off also with cricket, they started also in the same kind of narrative. You know what I mean? But then let's bring it now. It's yours.
It's just soccer, please. It's just soccer.
It's just soccer. Every stadium,
Soccer.
soccer.
You know what I mean?
We guys see
So
soccer.
what you were talking about, I fully agree with what you were talking about, is that I would come in and I still remember he's in a crate. He's like with my cricket bat and tennis, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, gents, let's play cricket. It's okay, do I see that? Because they're interested when you first start, you know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
And then we put it and we start playing.
Because you were good. You were hitting sixes on
You know what I mean? So it changes also in that directive. So for me, I feel like at the end of the day, guys, we can take the horse to the river.
But will it
drink?
Will it drink?
You know what I mean? That's the narrative behind it. But anyway, I love the civil sports today. We flipped it.
Yeah, that was a
I
nice
loved
little
it.
sport.
I loved it.
Friday.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you also for knowing some things
expansion
in
of
sports.
cricket.
Like
Who me?
Like-
I was so proud of you when you were talking and the person we were talking about, by the way, used to be called the Zulu Warrior.
Yeah.
Is Lance Kruzner.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, the guy that used to do. The only person that we never mention is the other guy that.
I don't really
that-
invest in
that sold
football,
our
but
game.
yes, I know names.
All
Okay.
right. So let me go to these comments and then let's end, guys. First comment on Nombuso Sweeter Brown says, I was once in a school. Okay, I did say that one. Lay-by says, schools in SA mainly focus on soccer and netball and never really give other sports a platform. Finances, coaches, match plannings, etc. Therefore, children cannot be exposed to different sports. So rise up to the occasion. Guys, please stay tuned. Do not go anywhere, guys. Do not go anywhere. Stay on to our pages. Do not forget also to like us also on Facebook and subscribe onto YouTube. The big one is YouTube. Subscribe, guys. I Love Melville Space Live. You can go to TikTok also if you are a TikTok person. And you can basically go to ilovemelville.live on TikTok and you can basically follow us also there because we got some crazy content that we're going to be providing for you guys. For now, though, it is time for us to say goodbye, but we are coming back right now. 1 minute.